Today I'm behind the wheel of a 2025 Ram 1500 with a new straight 6 turbo Hurricane engine in it. Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk. Let's talk fuel economy with this new engine. It's always a popular topic on the channel. I know people say, I don't care about fuel economy, I drive a truck. And then I do a video and you guys watch hell out of it. So clearly, there's a disconnect there. But in this case, this is the new Hurricane engine. It's a inline 6, twin turbo. One set of turbos feeds 3 cylinders, the other set of turbos, that is turbo, feeds another 3 cylinders. I have the 8-speed automatic transmission as well, okay? And so this is a Lone Star, which is actually a bighorn in the rest of the United States. Lone Star is a name for the bighorn in Texas. I have a crew cab, I have some tow mirrors, I have a bed utility group, a bighorn level 2 with heated and cooled seats. It's a package. 4-corner air suspension, tonneau cover, and tech group, and I have a trailer tow group as well. Starting price is $51,535. Optioned up, this is $67,730. And so let me show you some footage that I just took this morning at dark 30 when I left the house back in Gearing. All right, it's 4:30 in the morning. Time to hit the road to the airport. Let's unlock it, show the lights. But let me lock it and then do the remote start. Okay, it'd be nice if it didn't beep so much. But yeah, there's our turn signal right there. Big change power generation, a smaller turn signal, the bigger one's a big turn signal. You saw that maybe in the video we did yesterday or Saturday, 2 days ago. I'll link to it above. It's prior gen and new gen. So there's our lighting there. A little lighting there on the tow mirror. Come on the back. Yeah, pretty lit up there. And then unlock it here. Let me see it. Oh, see a little lighting there. I can't tell if my light's, well, my light there's off. So that's all lit up there. So that's nice. Must be, yeah, there's light right back in here. You can see it now. So then inside the cabin, yeah, pretty well lit up in this cabin. Nice to see everything. Footwell lights is something I always kind of point out. Not all trims have it. And then, sorry, dome light. The CarPlay picked up, so I have CarPlay enabled. So yeah, there is lighting inside. We'll go drive around the corner and I'll show you the headlights on the field. The field, I wanted to show one thing. The back's lit up pretty well too. I see my bags and stuff up there. Traveling today. South Carolina to look at the new GMC Acadia. Probably look at the new Yukon over there. So the video's coming soon, but yeah, the cabin's pretty well lit too. Okay, so we're gonna start it up for real. Remote start was going. And then I want to change the trip. So I'm gonna hold OK to reset. And then yeah, that's all reset. I pulled over here to show you guys these lights. So this is normal lights and that is brights. Pretty well lit up. The brights just go straight forward. I don't see anything more on the sides, but I pretty good visibility. And then this Ram, it depends on the truck, but they have directional headlights too, that as you turn, the headlights turn with you. I'm not sure what this truck is. I will find out here in a little bit. Okay, this doesn't have the directional headlights. They don't move as I turn. Some trims do. Just look for that in the features. But I do have heads-up display, which you can see now on the screen. It's nice. Okay, so back in the truck. Before we get too far into the details in this video, I should explain that I'm driving from my house in Gearing to Denver, 180 miles to catch a flight to do the other program, like I said in that video, and the nighttime stuff. I'm doing the Acadia and Yukon. Why? Well, I have a little regional airport in Scottsbluff, but they don't have any flights that connect to make it to go to South Carolina that efficiently. Basically, my flight here leaves at 10. The flight there leaves at 10 to go to Denver, so I can't make the flights work, so I'm driving down. Something that happens quite a bit for me. People are like, man, I really want to do your job. Well, here you go. dark 30 Sunday morning, I'm driving the airport. I get to South Carolina about 4 o'clock, and then I'll swap vehicles on the way back. I'll drive a GMC Sierra on the way back, and that's gonna be nice to have Super Cruise. So relax a little bit while I drive. Okay, let's try to do this. This is the 2025 Ram 1500 exterior. My camera is at the house, they're charging. I have my phone with me, and all my mics are charging, and the rainstorm's coming through, and I have a black truck. It's gonna look terrible after it rains. I thought, let's do it right now. So we have some fog lamps there. We have the new front end, new front design. You've seen this. I've done the Bighorn a little bit in Texas when we've done down for an event like that. So I want to show you what black looks like. Have these tow mirrors. We'll talk about more of those in the interior review. They're nice, but they block your visibility quite a bit. Black along that sides. The straight 6 turbo, which I'll do more about that because there's no dipstick in there. So we'll talk about this video. So I'll put it in for you guys because it's interesting to talk about. 275, 65 R18 tires there. We'll come around the sides here. We have the wheels there. Now my mouth is really close to my phone because I'm not sure about the wind out here. I'm going to do my best, guys. Lone Star there, which is the Bighorn package outside of Texas. So Lone Star is just for Texas. You can see the map and see the state. That's what Texas looks like if you haven't seen it in your entire life. Yeah, Ram there with the chrome 4x4 chrome tow, chrome dual exhaust ports back there. Your controls for your towing. And then we have the step with my super fancy sandals that goes up. Come on. The joys of filming. We'll open this up here. And we have my golf clubs back there, which we're not playing golf today, by any stretch of imagination. 400-watt hookup there. We do have the bed, spray and bed liner, LED lights there. They do make a power on board system. This does not have it. I think it's late availability. I think they're having getting supplier issues. Let's go there. There's your room. There's your tonneau cover. That's really light, by the way. This thing. It doesn't go up or down like some of the other fancier trucks do, but my goodness, so light. They have the window there as well. So, yep, that's the exterior of this black Ram truck. And this Scottsbluff National Monument. It's on Oregon Trail. You're on the Oregon Trail. There you go. There's your history left lesson. You're welcome. All right, let's get home. With this vehicle, right? So in this case, I've been driving since early dark this morning. And one of the things I want to say before I get the fuel economy number that I have currently is that in all my years of doing this, I've been doing this over a decade now, and doing this drive, I've done this drive quite a bit. We moved to gearing about 10 years ago. Family loves it, but the con is that I make this commute often. I will tell you that straight naturally aspirated engines, like the V8s, the Hemis, or the 5.7 liter Tundra, the 5.3 liter Chevy, or the 5 liter Ford, those all get consistent fuel economy numbers on this test. It's only when I do a small displacement turbocharged engine, like in this case, that I get some fluctuations. It seems like those type of engines, environmentally things make changes. Environmentally, like speed, wind direction, elevation changes, all that stuff makes a big difference. And I want to point that out because I drove this morning at 4,000 feet at about 75 miles an hour into a wind, which is always blows to the west in Wyoming. Prevailing winds from the west. So I drove into the wind up 2,000 feet to Cheyenne. I got into Cheyenne and it said 17.2 on the fuel gauge, or on the trip odometer that I reset this morning. Okay, now I'm in Cheyenne at 6,000 feet. Now I'm going straight south, and I'll drive south for an hour and a half, which is about the same distance I drove from gearing. And I'm already at 17.8, getting close to 18 right now. It's starting to tick upwards because going down, right? When they brought this vehicle to me on last Tuesday, they drove from Denver up to my place in Gearing. Well, Denver's at 5280, right? And you go up to 6,000, a little over 6,000 feet to Cheyenne. Then you go down with the wind behind you the entire way. They had like 21 or 22, it's like 21 and a half on the trip odometer when they got to my house. So that's a big difference. It's 4 or 5 mile per gallon difference. And I think that really speaks to the fuel economy in these small displacement V6s is very suspect to environmental conditions. Okay, I made it down to basically the parking's over here, but so let's get fuel economy numbers. I'll get a little closer. So remember I said 17, let's see where we're at. We are at 19.6 and going up. So definitely elevation is the big deal there. Another note that I make sure I talk about in this video is that there's no dipstick anymore in this Hurricane engine. Similar to what they did the Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer and what BMW's done for years. So how do you check the oil? You come over here and there is oil life, which is oil life indicator by a sensor. That tells you how good your oil is. And then oil level, which is right there. That's how you check the oil in this new 2025 Ram 1500. Now, that has caused a lot of concern. I did a short on that, a TikTok, all sorts of things. About 5 million views on those videos. People are losing their mind over it, or they're saying, it's not a big deal. Can be an interesting topic of conversation on this channel moving forward. Let's talk about a couple of things that always get asked about. This does have air suspension. This is how you raise it and lower it. You just push a button, it goes up and down. I think it's a marginal improvement in ride quality. I don't think it's that big of a deal as a feature. I tend to forget about it, which sucks because then I'm too short to get out of this truck, because it's a long way down for me and I don't have running boards. So I don't know, I'm kind of split on that feature. Trailer steering is pretty interesting. So this actually takes the reverses what the steering wheel does. So if you're backing up a trailer, you go left to go right and all that kind of deal. This, you just turn the dial and you go that to the right, you go that way to the left. And it's nice for some people, nice for certain trailers. I have a short bed Chevy trailer, single axle, it gets jackknifed like crazy. This is nice for that. Some people like it, some people don't use it. Four-wheel drive auto, that's a huge topic of conversation on the channel. People like four-wheel drive auto. It's kind of like all-wheel drive in the wintertime. If you get some conditions that are kind of questionable, just turn it on and it'll engage as it needs to, as it feels wheel slippage. What else thing I was talking about? No, that's about it. That's about it on that, the features I was thinking about on this truck. Okay, so what do we have? We have a $67,000 Bighorn, which is really expensive these days in truck world. I think this is definitely lower 60s. It just seems like it's a lot of money for this kind of truck. I bought last year a Chevy Silverado High Country with a diesel for 67, and now this Bighorn 67. So a little concerned on that. But we have a very smooth riding truck. I drove, you know, what, almost 3 hours, and I don't feel very tired. I mean, it rides smooth, even with some questionable roads. It handled the roads pretty well. I got fuel economy getting closer to 20. If I started this trip in Denver and went north, I would have got that 22. Again, it just depends on the driving situation you have and where you're driving with this, with these small displacement engines. Power delivery is always great. If you get in this versus you get into like the Hemi, you'll be like, wow, this thing's quick. And that same thing happened when the Ford EcoBoost came out. People got the 3.5 EcoBoost about 12 years ago with the twin turbos, and they're like, man, this truck's fast. And then they were like, why can't I get good fuel economy? And I'm like, you said the truck's fast, so stop driving it fast. That's what happens. You have to learn to drive these a little bit differently. I've had some people that have terrible luck with small displacement engines, never got fuel economy. I've had other people that have had really good success with them. So kind of up and down on that. Ultimately, I haven't put an order in for Bighorn. I changed it to RHO because I think the RHO is going to be more views for the channel. From a business side, it just makes more sense. And for the price point, I'm getting the RHO fully loaded with massaging seats, all kind of stuff, which I don't know, be interested to try out. For like 73, this is 67. So, you know, why not get the leather and massaging seats and the different features in that truck? So that's where I'm kind of going out with this. What do you guys think? Is this new 2025 Ram 1500 the truck to get? I know there's always conversations about quality and resale, and you know that stuff it's hard to change those attitudes of people. They still call this a Dodge. They still think it's a Fiat, and even though that isn't the case anymore. But it is interesting to look at these new Ram trucks and how far they've come. And I'm going to be curious to see what happens. Their reliability has gone up the last couple of years because they haven't made many changes to this truck. This is the first time they've done a major powertrain change. So I'll be curious to see how the reliability works out for that. And I'll be curious to see what happens with resale value. I'm getting a massive discount on the RHO, so I'm not really concerned about resale value. Getting a lot of money off anyways. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. All right, there you go. Make sure you check out the videos out over here. Website down below as well, pickuptrucktalk.com. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you down the road.